I remember back when I was a young boy, waking up early Saturday morning at 1 p.m. while my parents were out working their hard 9-to-5 divorce court, with a cold stale Pop-Tart on the nicest plate we had, watching my favorite Let's Play channels, wishing, maybe, one day I could be just like them and play games for a living. Well, that dream died due to the costs associated with actually recording, editing, and, well, yeah, those for videos. But yours doesn't have to, because now you can start your own Let's Play channel for only $30. Or can you? I think the weirdest thing, honestly, is how expensive capture cards are, especially with how necessary they are for such a large portion of content creation on the internet. I mean, the original Dazzle came out however long ago that came out, I don't know. So they've obviously been very readily available for a long time. I mean, all I do is take your signal, duplicate it, and send it to both your TV and whatever you're recording on, like your computer or maybe an internal SD card. I figured this shouldn't really cost that much, so I went searching my soul and Amazon for something that could possibly help fill the void left by my lack of Let's Play channel, and bought one of the cheapest, least terrible looking capture cards I could get on Amazon for just $30. Let's see if it's even slightly tolerable, or if we have to install some Chinese spyware just to get it to function. And if it does, is it anywhere near as good as a proper expensive capture card from Elgato or AverMedia? So this is it, my little $33 capture card. It's extremely simple, not much to it, but it does have an aluminum case, a headphone jack, mic jack, USB port, and HDMI in and out. And well, that's really all there is to this thing. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel that cheap, actually. It feels really well put together and like something you could actually use and not have to worry about, which is great and all, but frankly, I thought I was gonna buy this, try it, and realize I wasted my money because it either didn't work or had horrible footage. So hooked it up to my PC for some benchmarking, hooked it up to my laptop, and surprisingly, OBS picked it right up. There wasn't major delay or even a need for special drivers. It just saw it as a regular video input and let me record it. So let's see how well it works. First thing I wanted to test is video quality, obviously. So for this test, what I went ahead and did is I set OBS to record with a bitrate of 50,000 for both my Amazon capture card and the Elgato 4K 60. Then recorded some Halo 3 ODST footage due to the amount of high motion and varying brightness situations, and also since it's fast paced, reaction times are important, and there's also a ton of dark areas in Halo 3 ODST. Plus, it's what I'm playing right now, so it's what you're getting. So in terms of quality, for the cheapo $30 Amazon capture card, the recorded quality was pretty much on par with just recording my screen directly with OBS, at least in my eyes. It was very close. I even tried moving my mouse around the screen as fast as possible, and each frame came out extremely clear without any blurriness or blockiness. In terms of how the output actually looked on my monitor, it looked very close to the desktop without the capture card in the middle. Maybe slightly less clear, but not much of a noticeable difference. The Elgato recording looked pretty much same as the desktop. I didn't notice much difference here either. But for the output to my monitor, it actually looked pretty blurry on sharp edges, especially with text, and it was especially noticeable with the Windows taskbar and then the Windows icon in the bottom left. Not something I actually noticed in game, but I did notice it on my desktop. Overall, I am insanely impressed with the quality this cheap little guy can push out, especially for the price. Now, I'm going to try and test the latency to the best of my abilities. Unfortunately, I can only record 120 FPS video right now, so that may or may not show all the information we need. But hey, it's something. With the Elgato, I didn't notice any major latency while actually playing the game. And with my camera, saw pretty minimal delay from the mouse button being pressed and the gun actually firing on screen. With the cheapo Amazon version, it felt slightly less responsive, but when I tried to test it with my camera, the delay looked extremely similar to the Elgato. Maybe a frame or two slower than the Elgato, if that, but I really don't think it's too bad. Unfortunately, I don't have the best testing setup, but I did the best with what I have. I should also mention this does have a headphone and mic jack for monitoring your audio. With a mic hooked up, you can actually hear yourself talk as you play along with the audio. So if you don't have a proper setup with an audio interface and microphone, this could be really nice to have if it worked. Mine just has a consistent high-pitched like whine. I don't know what it is. It's horrible. When I tried to listen into the audio, and the audio levels were insanely low on my shotgun microphone I tried. I will say though, when I blew into the mic, there was almost no delay to the actual audio hitting my headphones, but even blowing right into it, I could hardly hear anything at all. Frankly, this small little capture card has seriously impressed me. If you've been putting off following your dreams and doing Twitch streaming or any form of content creation that requires a capture card, I mean, look, it's $30. And you can use my Amazon affiliate link, since the IdeaPad video actually paid for this video. Isn't that cool? But that $30 could turn into $60 or $90 or $120 if this thing just sucks and just keeps breaking on you. So far, for mine, knock on wood, it has lasted pretty well, and I've had it for almost a month now. I've used it to record benchmarks for most every video in January and February, and I even keep it in my backpack if anyone I know is having computer issues so I can rule out any issues on their monitor or cables. So this thing has been beaten up quite a bit, and it is still happily chugging along without any issues whatsoever. So it has lasted 1 month under less than ideal conditions, even sitting in my car for a day or two in the sun. And it is still so far working perfectly. But if I do have any issues with it before possibly needing to upgrade to a 4K one, which is unlikely, I will make it a point to make a pinned comment for this video so you can get updates on the condition of mine and if it is still working. Because there's just no point in saving money on a product just for it to die on you, and then you need to go and buy another one. If you use it to the point it dies, that may be just enough to kickstart a Twitch or YouTube channel. And maybe you'd be able to justify a capture card from one of the big boys by that point for your channel. I mean, you won't know until you try.